All right, so you're really into something called gay sex. Let's see how far we get into that. No, you're really into, or not, bring to our attention something vertical. What is it?
Vertical film.
Vertical film.
It's like the new thing that people are going after because, okay, so if you look at your phone, everyone looks at their phone, I think it's like 92% of the time like this. Very rarely do you hold it horizontal, right? So the filmmakers and the producers and directors had a genius idea of kind of taking this long form, like a TikTok or Instagram, and actually making it into a little film. And then using it as a proof of concept to get that film made. Last week episode, we talked to Daniel, my producing partner, about how to get films made. And then this is another, we call it backdoor pilot.
That's kinky.
Which you would make a short film in a way and use as a proof of concept for the studio would want to invest in your project for, X amount of dollars. And so this is like a proof of concept thing now. But anyway, it's taken over.
Can you explain what that is? Because, lots of people don't know. It kind of explains itself in the phrase, but...
What, vertical form?
No, proof of concept.
Oh, proof of concept. So, like, this is their proof of concept. It's kind of how it's...
Well, I'm saying, like...
What does that mean?
What I just said.
But in most industries, it's almost like a rough draft. Like, hey, this is what we could do for you. Almost a proposal.
Right.
Is that right?
In a way, like a trailer, except it'd be a full length.
And then you send it to them with no guarantee that anyone's going to buy
exactly.
it. And so that's proof of concept.
Yeah, and so proof of concept used to be you'd make an indie film, which cost $2-3 million.
And then hope somebody buys
it.
Okay.
And you've seen movies change to shows and seen shows change to movies. This kind of goes back and forth. And so if you don't have the funds to set up a series, which is tens of millions of dollars an episode, Stranger Things broke the world record. Deja, can you see there was a record for the cost per episode of Stranger Things, and it beats almost every feature length film that's come out in the last 5 years probably in budget. It's mind blowing. But anyway, so this is a way of people, independent directors, producers, to create short format, just use as a proof of concept, so that they can actually get their film made.
That's pretty unique to the industry because you don't really have that. I guess some things as a proposal you can send. I can do this, but like a full on thing is crazy.
When they're taking over social media, so it's like these are like almost short movies that people are watching, and some of them are. It's so bad. It's satirical. Like,
Is this a joke?
but it has millions of views and likes and all these things. So people want to be invested in that kind of world. So studios now are creating their own departments of creating vertical films. So as opposed to everything being horizontal, the same ratio we've always had.
Because they're expecting you to watch on YouTube.
They're expecting
like this.
you exactly.
Okay.
And now so they're having their own branch of vertical film.
That's crazy to me.
It's pretty nuts. And this is like just a whole new thing. Another thing in that world is brands are creating their own studio space in a way of making their own films for marketing purposes in a vertical format. So you have Under Armour, Nike, whatever. They'll make a 5-10 minute movie and then use that as the marketing as opposed to having to have a commercial on TV.
Yeah,
and so this is another marketing genius way that people are trying to, subvert the over cost of everything shooting a feature film. Now, God forbid it's in Los Angeles. This is another way people are kind of trying to skirt the system.
Excellent.
I love it.
Yeah.
Would you watch vertical?
Yes. I think because all TikToks and Reels are vertical, or the ones and so if it's a YouTube show or clip, I do turn it because I know at the time, it's all horizontal.
That's how it's formatted.
But you can still watch like this. I don't prefer that, but then again, all my Reels stuff, if it looks good, I don't prefer YouTube because of the different, when you have it vertical, it doesn't look the same.
You gotta go to the shorts, dude.
Yeah, shorts are fine, vertical. So it's that format. So I would definitely watch it.
No, I think YouTube is the future for sure. I think that studios, networks, they're kind of seeing this and trying to maybe duplicate some of the things they've done. Yeah. They're looking good. Like Wade was talking about before, our producer Wade, give him a shout out. He was laying it out for us how this is like the future is YouTube and how they're going to quantify views and track all that stuff. It's insane. Deja, did you get that answer?
I did. It's between $50 to $60 million per episode.
Between $50 to $60 million per episode.
Total budget for the season between $400 and $480 million.
And isn't it like 4 episodes?
No, probably 8.
I think it's a short, but they're longer.
Okay, so it's 4 movies.
Yeah, because it's like they're all like around holidays.
Dude,
good for them, but they're obviously seeing a return, they expect a return.
They're expecting a return, but did they wait too long?
400. I know.
Game of Thrones did.
Game of Thrones last season was garbage because they waited and then they rushed it at the same time.
Yeah, but then next year there's 2. There's the new House of Dragons season 3 is coming out, and there's the new one, the Seven Kings. What is that? Was that
the one that's currently on? That's been on for a while?
No. This is a new one that has not come out.
Oh,
yet.
okay. I cannot get. I haven't given the other iterations and spin-offs and prequels of Game of Thrones a chance. I've given it a chance. I can't get into it.
House of Dragon, highly recommend.
Okay, because I love Game of Thrones until the last season.
It's better than most of the Game of Thrones episodes.
I was about to say, don't you? I'll slap you right now.
A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
Okay.
It takes place 100 years before the Game of Thrones events. So it's like the generation or two before. Yeah, Game of Thrones is tasty.
And I think that was probably the most expensive, maybe up to Stranger Things, or for its time. At its time, it was like, I mean, there's like the John.
But then the Lord of the Rings show. The Lord of the Rings show came out with a busted budget, like over the top, and it's on Amazon. It's not like winning awards. It's not really doing anything. It's pretty flat for what they're spending, and that's the risk you make when you make a movie. So that's why these shorts are so impactful for people and these vertical films, because they can do a lot with a little bit, because a lot of independent film producers don't have any money. They're scrounging together, for family or whatever the case may be, just to get a proof of concept so they can get this thing made. But with this is a new format, so you don't have to spend so much, you don't have as much invested, and therefore you can keep making new content, creating new content, and not have to worry about, a studio saying no, you can't do that or whatever.
And so do you think that's gonna be an avenue for actors too? Like, big time,
boy, yeah, big time. But they're casting a wider net now than ever. Used to they'd be, in Los Angeles, and then it would be, just the United States. And now it's almost anywhere but. They're all over, because you can tape from anywhere. And people want to shoot in Ireland and England because they got the greatest tax credits under the sun. So everyone's going there now. Fortunately, Game of Thrones cutting their budget because they're shooting in Ireland.
Okay.
Smart play.
Yeah. So when you hear budget, I know this might seem obvious, but it's not to me.
Yeah.
Like a budget for a film, does that include like everything? And I know not the marketing, but just the budget. When you say budget for the film, that includes the actor's salary,
the room and board for them, the travel, the food, the lights, the grips, because you kind of renting in a way people for a specific period of time, and so like a grip, which is the person who handles the heavy lifting on set. The key grip is like the guy who, all the people setting up the lights and the sound, they respond to this guy. And you have to format your film to have all these roles filled. And so when you have all these roles filled up, the total budget, including the script, the food, everything's already quoted. That's your total budget. And that's most of the time, like last week's episode, you weren't here. We had a fill in for you.
Yeah.
He didn't do as good.
He's not good looking as me.
He definitely is not. I think he's maybe a little gay. Daniel, love you, buddy. I know, but it's I don't know where I was going with the budget.
I tried to distract you.
You did.
But budget's all in. That's
budget's
everything.
All in.
I some people are like, I think the budget's like, if you hear budget's $2 million, the actor's not.
Dude, when you hear budget for $2 million, that's not including the marketing budget.
No, not the marketing separate. Yeah. But that any actors in it are not making more than $2 million.
Yes,
or anywhere close, because it busts the budget.
Correct. Okay. In some situations, though, you will have someone like a $1 million budget, and you'll pay them 70, 80 grand for 5 days.
Okay.
It's called Schedule F, and they'll pay 80 grand for 5 days of work just to step in, we'll shoot their coverage out quicker, and then you're out. Yeah, and then they're on to the next thing. They have a certain gravitas or a certain star level that will garner they know that, if they put you in this movie, you're going to get this many views.
Right.
It comes down to numbers. It's mathematical.